All right, spin the wheel. Spin, spin, spin. What are we getting? Jun Sack. Playing Jun Sack. All right, it's time to sack up, boys. We're playing Jun Sack. All right, this is Jun Sack. So this deck, it's got Jund in it and you sack stuff. That's why it's called Jun Sack. So, to explain, primarily the deck revolves around Goblin Bombardment and Mayhem Devil. Goblin Bombardment, sack a creature, deal 1 to anything. Mayhem Devil, whenever you sack something, deal 1 to anything. These pair up very well with sack effects. You got Kroxa, one of, you got Renin 6, you got Ignoble Hierarch, you got Ragavan, you got Unearth, you got Grist, you got Seasoned Pyromancer, you got Coco, you got Bloodghast, you got 1 Orcish Bowmasters. So the thing is, you may look at this deck and go, wow, this is an Orcish Bowmasters metagame. Shouldn't there be more Orcish Bowmasters in this deck? And you'd be right to think that, but you just need to keep bringing Bloodghast back to sack it over and over. And even though you can sack the token that Orcish Bowmasters creates, that's only 1 sack. And then if you sack the Bowmasters, it's gone. You're done. The Bloodghasts, they sack a whole bunch. And then Seasoned Pyromancer's really, really bad against Orcish Bowmasters, but you need all the tokens that it makes to sack them, because Fable the Mirror Breaker only makes 1 token. And then the mono base is a bunch of Jund lands, which includes Boseiju and Den of the Bugbear. Use the Secret Lair Bloodghast. Request accepted. Oh, can I not use them? Even though I have the All Access Pass? I guess I'm not allowed. Request denied. Sideboard, Alpine Moon, Oof, Endurance, Fulminator Mage, Haywire Might, EE, Chalice of the Void. Yeah, they're like, hey, we may have given you the All Access Pass, but you gotta shell out for these premium foil stuff. All right, let's jump into a league with Jun Sack and cross our fingers that we don't play against any Orcish Bowmaster decks. I don't understand why it isn't just 1-to-1. So there's 2 thought processes when it comes to, like, I guess not price gouging, getting your customers to buy your stuff in this kind of collectible games. One is we've got to hold back giving them too much so that they'll spend more. I think that's the wrong way to look at it. I think the way you should look at it is we need to give them more so they'll spend more. So if I'm a player and I'm thinking about playing Moto or Arena or something, and then I look at the initial buy-in and I think, wow, it's going to cost me how much to get a competitive deck on that client? Okay, I'm not getting in. But if you give me half of it for free, because I'm already buying paper packs anyway, and then I'm like, well, I already have half, so I may as well, buy the rest of it. That's how a lot of mobile games work, and it works. All right, we have no sack engine, but the hand is reasonably good, so I will keep it. It also has a Bowmasters on turn 2, so I will keep this hand. I guess we just play what? Blood Crypt tapped? Yeah, Blood Crypt tapped, go. Wizards doing smart things? What? Arid Mesa. Pass it back to us. All right, now I'm just going to go fetch land, Bowmasters on instep. Opponent fetches. Xander's Lounge. Windswept Heath. Fetch. Temple Garden. All right, it's a Elementals deck. Renin 6. Oh, okay. Never mind, we're playing against Zoo. All right, so fetch. Let's see. I can just grab a basic Swamp, and that's fine. No, I need another red source. So I need to grab Mountain, and then I play Overgrown Tomb next turn. Bowmasters, shoot you. They go to 15. Back to us. All right, so Pyromancer, Shock. What am I ditching? Obviously Bloodghast. And then what is the other card I'm ditching? Probably the other Pyromancer, so I have Grist in hand if I need to kill this. All right, we didn't draw another land. We drew another Pyromancer, though. Pass it back. Green and blue play another Scion. Swing for 4. Can't block it. We go to 13. Blackcleave Cliffs tapped. Bring back Bloodghast. And then Grist, sack, Bloodghast, kill this, attack them. All right. Minus, sacrifice this creature, kill this Draco. And then combat, attack with everything. They're at 9, pass the turn. And now they can kill Grist if they want, or just hit us down to 9. Realistically, I think WotC just wants Moto to die, but they know they would lose tons of Eternal format players. Oh, they definitely don't want Moto to die. Moto makes them too much money. Are they attacking Grist or me? They're attacking me. All right, we go to 9. So that means they probably have Tribal Flames. They're trying to get us low enough that they can just burn us out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage in play. And our Bloodghast has haste if we play a land. They're not playing anything. Huh. How do I beat them here? I can do 6 right now. So plus Grist. We milled Mayhem Devil. So if I can company into another Grist and kill this. What else can I get? No, that's pretty much it. If I Pyromancer, I only have 1 mana left, so I would have to draw exactly untapped land plus Bombardment. So I'm probably more likely to hit Grist if I... So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. land equals Bloodghast comes back from the graveyard. I don't have anything that flies anyway, so let's just do Pyromancer. Trigger the Pyromancer. Discarding these two. We drew land. All right, so land, get Bloodghast back. Combat, swing all. That puts them to 1, which takes them off of... Right, it puts them to 1, right? Yeah, it puts them to 1 so they can't fetch anymore. But if they have Tribal Flames, we lose. All right, I guess they probably have Tribal Flames. Go to 5, Tribal Flames, Tribal Flames. All right, so Zoo. Lands your opponents control the chosen name lose all land types and abilities, and they gain Rainbow. So I can actually shut off their Triome that screws over. Also, Fulminator Mage has to be great. So what's bad? They don't actually have that much removal, right? They've got Tribal Flames and Bolt, I think. Croaks is probably pretty bad in a aggro mirror. Renin 6, I imagine, has to be pretty bad in the aggro mirror. Zoo has just Ragavan, and then everything else is too big for Renin 6 to kill. And they don't draw extra cards. Bowmasters. This, like, shuts them off of Domain pretty hard. I guess it doesn't forever, though. Yeah, because it's just not bringing Alpine Moon. And we could bring in EE for 2, which kills a lot of their creatures and doesn't kill really any of ours. Bring that in. What am I cutting? 1 Bombardment, 1 Bloodghast. All right, let's do that. On the play for game 2, that is a pretty bad hand. No actual curve. Mulligan. All right, much better. Keep, put back one of the 2 Ignoble Hierarchs, probably. All right, fetch, Stomping Ground, probably. And then the other one will be Blood Crypt. Play this one. Pass the turn. Windswept Heath. And they don't have a turn 1 play, so just pass back to us. Ooh, Den of the Bugbear. All right. Play Mayhem Devil and pass it back. Opponent fetches. So you're going to get turn 1. Yeah, Triumph turn 1. Evoke Fury. Wow. All right. Well, our guys die. Steam Vents. And they play Renin 6. Pick a land up. All right. Well, we have Grist, but we can't actually kill this. So I guess I just do the awkward thing of plussing Grist. So grab a Swamp. Play Grist. Plus. Go ahead. Windswept Heath. Leyline Binding on Grist. Ping our token. Then back to us. All right. Let's try Mayhem Devil again. Fetches. Grabs Stomping Ground. Tapped. They pick a land up, of course. Play a Plains. Play another Leyline Binding. Dash Ragavan. Hit. And they exiled Nurturing Peatland. Bounce Ragavan back. All right. Oh, man. Collected Company, and we have to pitch it to Seasoned Pyromancer. All right. Pyromancer. Trigger. Make 2 tokens. Play a land. Go. Stomp our Pyromancer. Okay. And then they can just ping a token. Yeah, ping a token. Play another land. Tapped. White, red. Cast Bone Crusher. Cast Ragavan normally. All right. Fetch land. Mayhem Devil. So fetch, shoot that. All right, attack Renin 6. Block there. And pass the turn. Bone Crusher, we can't block. We can, but we're not going to. Go to 10. Renin 6 ticks up to 4, gets the land back. So their hand is land, unknown card. I think let's just fetch now. Trigger, target Renin 6. Fetch, trigger, target Renin 6. Then let's resolve this and get Overgrown Tomb and Blood Crypt tapped. Company changes things. So, let's just combat, attack Renin 6. Nothing has haste right now. Yeah, all right, so just combat, attack Renin 6. Swing at Ren. And then we can bluff that we're going to try to block the Bugbear on Bone Crusher. Go to attacks. All right, Coco. We just hit a single Bloodghast. Thanks, Coco. All right, which can't even block. We take 4. If they have Tribal Flames in their hand, we lose the game. 4 mana for Fury, kill both of our guys. We still lose the game. Well, that's the game. I guess what? I can make 2 tokens with Seasoned Pyromancer and chump block both of them here, and then what? All right, I guess that's what I'm doing. Bring Bloodghast back. Pass to the opponent. Dashavan. I still have to block both of these, and then they'll still hit me with Ragavan. There's just no way. What could I even draw next turn, even if I don't die right here? I go to 2. They're at 16. I would have to draw what, like another Coco? I guess it's possible I could get out of this. Pyromancer activation. Block here. Block here. Go to 2, Ragavan trigger. They got their own Bloodghast out of our deck. Cast Bloodghast. Another Renin 6. They can just shoot us, so we can't even fetch. All right, it has to be like Coco off the top into the most insane... Yeah, all right, another Bloodghast. That's the game. On to round number 2. Round 2 on the draw. This hand is actually pretty good. It just needs another land. I guess, let's see. The curve is terrible in it, though, because we have nothing to do on turn 2 except just play Bombardment. And we're on the draw. Yeah, let's mull. All right, that's better, question mark. Probably just put Bloodghast away. Done. Breeding Pool from our opponent. Then they don't do anything. All right, play Ragavan. Go ahead. Living End? Yeah, Living End. Odawara. Back to us. Let's attack with Ragavan. Swing. Trigger. Get a treasure. What am I exiling? Botanical Sanctum. All right, let's just play Pyromancer and discard Grist as one of the cards. Shock. Pyromancer. Opponent cycles Oliphant. Gets a Steam Vents. I guess I'm discarding... I do need another land. I can't just pitch the land as well. So let's discard Coco Grist. All right. Pass the turn to the opponent. So their graveyard is Riverwinder, Oliphant, Curator. If they Living End, we get Grist back. And then we can unearth the Grist. Or we can unearth Pyromancer or something. So they can Outburst. So let's not belabor the point and just try to attack them. Nothing I do changes regardless of whether I attack now or not. Why no Cat Oven? This deck's not set up to abuse that combo. All right, there's the Outburst. So Living End, swap all of these around. And now I can go Unearth Pyromancer, but then I can't... I actually have nothing to discard besides Coco, and I don't want to discard Coco. But I have to get this Oliphant off the table. I guess I can just sack the Pyromancer, right? So let's go Blood Crypt, Shock, Unearth, Pyromancer, and then discard 2 lands. Discard, discard. All right, minus Grist, sack Pyromancer, kill Oliphant, and then we're done. Go ahead. So they can either attack us for 10, or they can attack us for 9, or attack us for 5 and kill Grist off. Attacking us, attacking Grist. All right, back to us. They still have Outburst mana. So let's go Verdant. And then I guess I'll just stop on their upkeep. If they have Force Negation, they have it. What are we going to do? All right, fetch. Get a forest. Cast Collected Company. All right, it resolved. We hit double Mayhem Devil, may be a way to actually get out of this. We take 9 from their board. The alternative is I get Mayhem plus Pyromancer, discard Bloodghast Bombardment. I guess I'm going to do that. Put these in, trigger the Pyromancer, discard both of these. We drew land Monodork. Well, that's not great. Opponent cycles again. They're not attacking with Riverwinder. All right, so we go to 6 off the Curator. This is awkward. I have to attack with some amount of things, and this Curator is just a problem. I can Pyromancer from the graveyard, so let's go... If I just swing here, they just block one of them. They don't even take that much damage. I guess I have to just play as though I'm going to get to another bombardment or something. All right, Swamp, trigger Bloodghast, bring it back, combat, swing, swing, swing. And then just block Pyromancer. No, they're just blocking a token, eh? All right. They go to 11, and then we just pass and Pyromancer on their end step. Opponent cycles. I can't imagine it was correct to Grist kill the Curator and just leave Oliphant with Trample and putting Trample here. All right, we take another 4 from the Curator. Grief us, sure. We just have an Ignoble Hierarch. All right, so Evoke Sacking actually triggers the Mayhem Devil, so let's target them. Evoking Grief again, because why? Discard 2 living, or exile 2 Living Ends. So that's probably, I guess the only reason to do that was if they have another Living End, because that's 3 Living Ends gone already. So they're just going to have a better board than I will. Shardless Agent. Why do they feel like they have to Living End on this board? They're going to kill me in one hit with Curator. All right, so they're playing 4 Living Ends. We trigger about a gajillion Mayhem Devils. What is going on with the stack right now? Oh, it's priorities on them. So they're choosing Grief, Grief Architect. And then we get to shoot them for a lot. Okay, is it better to shoot... Okay, so we have a Pyromancer, Ragavan, and Ignoble. And I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Mayhem Devil triggers. So I can kill Oliphant plus one of the Griefs. Or I can just shoot them for 6. That's probably wrong. It's probably just correct to shoot Oliphant and one of the Griefs. Yeah, so shoot Oliphant, shoot Oliphant, shoot Oliphant, shoot Oliphant, shoot one of the Griefs, shoot this Grief, then Pyromancer trigger. We discard this Overgrown Tomb and drew Bombardment, Ignoble. Okay, so if I just shot them, we would have won, but I didn't know I was going to draw Bombardment. Oh, we also got a Grist into play. I didn't even see that. All right, then they Grief take our stuff. So yeah, okay, never mind. That was quite a stack of all time. So then Shardless resolves, and then we activate Pyromancer, put some more tokens into play. I can't kill Riverwinder, but I can kill other things. Or I can just make tokens. All right, so we have a Bloodghast in the graveyard, so I can just go... I had an ad, so I missed it. Why couldn't you have shot them with all the devils? I could have, but my board wasn't better than their board. Meaning if I didn't find a way to deal the last 3, I would have just left them with a better board. So it was better to just kill Oliphant and one of the Griefs. All right, so let's see. I can just literally block everything they have easily. So Grist doesn't even need to minus to kill anything. How many creatures are in my graveyard? 1, 2, 3, just 3. So, I don't have any good attacks on them either. So let's just plus Grief to Seiju Milled Over. I don't see a reason to bring Bloodghast back since it can't block. They just block 4 things. Yeah, it doesn't matter. So let's just pass. So if they attack with the Riverwinder, I can chump it, or I can actually trade with it. If they attack with anything else, I can multi-block. All right, so they're swinging with everything, it looks like. No, they're reconsidering. I do have to block everything. Yeah, he's also out of living ends. He's been through all 4. Just swing there and there. All right, block. So double block Grief and double block Architects. If he just hadn't living ended, he would have just had a flyer in play that would have killed me. Land. Cast Shardless? All right, but you're out of living ends. So it's just a 2-2. All right, let's activate Pyro. Back to us. We drew a Bloodghast. Plus Grist. Play a Bloodghast. All right, I can still block everything, so let's just pass. This is certainly a game. All right, they've just conceded. So game 2, Chalice in, Endurance in. Is Fulminator Mage good? See, Ren and 6 seems way too slow. Croxa is also bad. Yeah, it comes back when they living end, but then it just dies again. So get rid of that. Bowmasters is got to be great, right? They cycle everything in their deck, so Bowmasters is good. Ooh, what else? Fulminator Mage has got to be good, right? It blows their lands up, and then when they living end, it comes back. So what is bad? The bombardment plan only works if I have a really big board, and if I have a really big board and it gets living ended, then it doesn't work anymore. Bloodghast is also not great when they have huge creatures and we can't even block them. So I think do that. Bombardment counters living end hard. Yeah, but it only counters it if we already have a bunch of creatures on the board. And when they can just living end on turn 3, then it really doesn't do much. And we're on the draw this game. So like if they just go living end on turn 3, we have what? A creature in play? I guess if they don't get to it until later, maybe 2 is okay, but then what else am I cutting? One of the Unearths? Maybe that's fine. I just feel like Fulminator maging them off of their lands has got to be a way to actually win the game. Coco's too slow? Yeah, that might be the case. 3 Cocos, Unearth, Unearth. Cut this, put another Bombardment, but nah. 2's okay. Let's submit that. All right, it's game 2, and we are on the draw against Living End, playing Junsak. We have an Endurance and no way to pitch it. We don't have any turn 1 ramp. So I can't play any of these before they living end. So that's a mull. That is also bad. Yeah, that's pretty bad. All right, mulligan to 5. All right, turn 1 ramp into this stuff. What am I pitching? One of the collected companies and bombardment? That seems so bad, but yeah, I guess we're on a mull to 5, so we got to make do. Opponent plays Leyline of the Void. All right, so I guess Haywire Might's going to come in for the next round. Bowmasters. So fetch and shock in a Stomping Ground and then play Ignoble. Yeah, play Ignoble. Go ahead. Opponent cycles Generous Ent. Cycles Street Wraith. Plays another land. Wasn't the land that got off the Ent. All right, well, what else can I do? Just Bowmasters? If they just living end, then I'm probably just screwed at either way. If I'm going to play Bowmasters, then I should just attack with Exalted this turn. All right, swing. I think what I actually need to do is when they go to living end, Bowmaster is my ignoble, so I have more mana so when it comes back. The measly amount of damage it's going to deal to them cycling is not worth it at the moment. All right, Leyline's in play, so I can't do that. All right, I guess I am just going to shoot them in response to their cycling. All right, they're not drawing a card with that. Yeah, we're just super dead here then, right? Because they just have 3 much bigger creatures than what we have, and we lose our mana. Stomping Ground. All right, well, we're not just going to do nothing. So fetch a Blood Crypt or Overgrown Tomb. Fetch a Blood Crypt. Shock that in. Play Bowmasters. Target the opponent. They go to 13, and if they have Outburst, we lose the game. All right, dash a Ragavan. I guess if I Mayhem Devil and they switcheroo the Mayhem Devil... Oh, no, I get 4 triggers, right? Because I'm sacking them even if Leyline Void's getting rid of them. So I get 4 triggers and kill the Oliphant, and then I'm still getting beaten down really hard. All right, play Mayhem Devil. Combat. Swing, swing. Endurance. All right. So they just get to eat the Bowmasters for free. I guess that's fine. All right, they're at 12. And then that means I only get 3... Oh, I guess they maybe don't have it. Cycle Stripe Riverwinder. Maybe they just don't have it. They're attacking us. Well, no blocks. Go to 11. Plays a Shockland. All right, Outburst. So they do have it. 4 Devil triggers. So let's just kill Oliphant. And now they have 13 power on the board. And all we can do is play Ragavan and just chump block something. All right, that's a game. So Haywire Might to beat Leyline of the Void. And just cut one of the Cocos, I guess. Nah, but I want Coco. I actually want Coco. So what is worse? I want Coco because it finds Endurance. It finds Fulminator Mage. So I actually want all the Cocos in. It's cut down the 1, and let's cut an Unearth. All right, submit. So we need to start with a turn 1 Ragavan or Ignoble Hierarch pretty much in order to be on curve to kill them. I guess a Fulminator Mage on curve also takes them off a land. So any of those. I need to see Ragavan, Ignoble, or Fulminator with 3 lands in the opener. All right, game 3 on the play against Living End. Well, Ragavan plus Fulminator Mage, so we will keep. They have Leyline of the Void. All right, Mountain, cast Ragavan, and pass the turn. Botanical Sanctum. All right, attack with Ragavan. Swing. Trigger. Exile Shardless. I can play that, but it's not that great for me to play that. Okay. It's probably best to just slam Fulminator immediately. Yeah, let's do that. Fetch. So, Overgrown Tomb. I don't think it matters which one I get. I do need red mana next turn. All right, Blood Crypt, Fulminator. They have Subtlety. All right, well, I'll just put it back on top. Top the Fulminator. Then they cycle Oliphant to get another land. Architects of Will. Cycle, Steam Vents Shock. All right, land, fetch. This needs to be a forest. And let's play Ignoble to get the Exalted trigger. Combat. Swing. Exalted triggers. Hit you with Ragavan. They go to 13. We exile Oliphant. All right, cast Fulminator Mage. And let's blow up Steam Vents. All right, pass to the opponent. Cycles Generous Ent to get another land. Grief us, so they'll take Pyromancer. They are exiling another Leyline from their hand. Stomping Ground, tapped. All right, well, this may be it, boys. Combat, swing. They go to 10. We exiled Curator, which I can't play. All right, Bombardment, play a land, go. All right, no Living End this turn. Cycle Curator. All right, we've kept them off of their 3rd land for the time being. Ooh, Collected Company. Coco. I guess I shouldn't tap that. That taps for all my colors. Collected Company. Grist and... Ooh, Endurance. Let's just get double Endurance down. It's the most damage. All right, target you and target you. Combat. Swing with Ragavan. They go to 7. We exile a Shardless. I guess I'm going to play that? Yeah. Cast Shardless. Cascade. We cascaded into Chalice of the Void. Wow. Cast Chalice for 0. Ragavan is a fair Magic card, guys. Right? Come on, right? All right, we beat Living End. On to round number 3. If you're just tuning in to the stream, we're playing completely fair Magic. Nothing is wrong here, and you don't need to look at the man behind the curtain. Round 3 on the draw, playing Jund Sack. Bowmasters, Devil, Bombardment, looks good. Keep Bloodstained Mire for the opponent. They crack. Blood Crypt. Hope we're not getting griefed. No, we're getting ragged. All right. Well, we can at least take that out next turn. So what am I fetching here? I'm just going to pass. And then I'm fetching a green tap land. I guess I'm fetching Overgrown Tomb. Yeah. Ragavan hits us. They exiled Stomping Ground. Opponent fetches. Forest. So we're playing against Jund. Run in 6. All right. Fetch Overgrown Tomb. All right. So let's play Den of the Bugbear pass with Bowmasters to kill Ragavan. Opponent plays a land. All right. Well, I'm not going to take this hit. So let's just go Bowmasters. Target Ragavan. It dies. And then I imagine it'll just tick down and shoot Bowmasters, right? Yeah. So if they tap out, I can go Grist minus, kill Ren in 6. But if they don't tap out, yeah, that's going to be... So, okay. Blackcleave Cliffs. I guess I just attack Ren in 6. Swing at Ren in 6. No blocks. Ren in 6 goes to 2. So then do I want to play Mayhem Devil or Grist? Probably... So, okay, let's say they flash in Bowmasters. They kill the token. Then Ren picks the other token down. They attack Grist. Grist goes to 2. But if they just have a removal spell like a Terminate or something, then running the Devil out just dies. So it's probably better to play Grist. All right, plus Grist. We milled Bombardment. Opponent fetches. Gets Overgrown Tomb tapped. Cycles Forgotten Cave. Is this Assault Loam? But Jund? Or is it just Jund and they have a Forgotten Cave? Yeah, they play a land. Ren pings Grist to 3, so they're going to bolt Grist now. Yeah. Bolt Grist. Opponent fetches. Swamp. Plays Liliana the Veil. Oh, so we're just playing Boomer Jund. Minus sack a Orc army, I guess. Or, yeah. It doesn't matter. All right. So, ooh, we drew another Grist. All right, so let's attack Ren in 6. Swing at Ren in 6. They're going to Fatal Push the Insect. Okay. Fatal Push the Insect. All right, in that case, I'm going to go Devil and then fetch land, kill Ren. Shoot Ren in 6 with the sack trigger. Fetch a tapped Overgrown Tomb. Back to the opponent. So 3 cards, 4 mana. Lilican plus, which I don't care about. I'll just discard Blackcleave Cliffs if she does. Fetch land. All right, kill Liliana. They shock in a Stomping Ground. So Fury could probably be here. No, Season Pyro. What was the last card in their hand? Discarded a land. All right, and then they're just passing back to us. Coco. Ooh. All right, Collected Company. Pyro, Bloodghast. Then the Pyro trigger goes on the stack. And what am I discarding? I don't want to discard either of my non-lands. So I guess I'm just discarding the 2 lands. Yeah, I definitely want Bombardment. I definitely want Grist. So let's just discard the 2 lands. Although if I discard Grist, that gives me another token. And then how much damage is it next turn? But I can't count on keeping Mayhem Devil around. I might find removal for it. So yeah, it's better to just discard the lands. Is this YouTube Amio? It is. Discard the 2 lands. All right. Well, they might have Bowmasters, which means I can't... If I Mayhem Devil attack and they just block, then they just Bowmasters the Devil out of play. And my best line to killing them is to not lose the Devil. So let's just pass. They play a Den of the Bugbear tapped. Red and green. Red and 6. They don't have anything in their graveyard that matters other than they're getting lands back. They do have a Forgotten Cave in their graveyard that they can use to cycle. Plays Tarmogoyf, which is a 5/6. All right, we drew Bombardment. So how much damage is this? I can play Ragavan Bombardment, and then that's 2, 4, 6. Not enough. I can also just kill Renin 6 off so he can't keep cycling, which is probably the correct thing to do. I can also just play Grist, sack the Bloodghast, kill Tarmogoyf. The sack trigger then does what? The sack trigger targets them, and then I just attack Renin 6. I really want to get the Renin 6 off the field guaranteed. So the alternative is I don't kill Goyf. I just go Renin 6, sack Bloodghast, kill Renin 6, deal 1 to them, they go to 10. Play Ragavan. That might be better. And then I can just kill Goyf next turn. All right. Play Grist. Minus. Sack this creature. Devil targets you. Grist targets Renin 6. Then play Ragavan normally. And pass it back. And then they'll cycle Forgotten Cave. All right. 2 unknowns. I imagine Tarmogoyf just attacks Grist now, right? And then I don't care if that's fine. Yeah, no blocks. Another Tarmogoyf. Back to us. Coco is pretty tempting. So if I Grist, I sack the... I was really hoping I would have drawn a land by now for Bloodghast. It's just so mana inefficient to do the Bombardment right now. The odds of hitting another Grist, so I only have 1 Grist left in my deck anyway. So it is better to... Let's see. I have 1 more Grist left in the deck. I could also hit Pyromancer and draw a land. I think I Coco now. All right, Pyromancer, Devil. And then I'm just going to discard Grist Bombardment. Opponent is responding with Bowmasters. Yikes. All right. So they can kill one of the devils off. No, they're killing Ragavan. So they're going to kill Ragavan and then one of the Season Pyros. All right, discard these. Then this happens. So what are they shooting here? Just the tokens? Yeah, that's fine. All right, Foothills, get the Bloodghast back. And then I can fetch any time to kill Bowmasters and deal them and deal 2. So deal 1 to another thing. Okay, so I have to block enough that I don't die. So let's pass the turn here. If I untap with Bombardment, I win the game. They only have 1 draw. And the only thing I have to do is chump block 1 Goyf. 5, 7, 8, 11. They can also activate the Den. I guess they're not going to. Just attack with both Goyfs. How does this punish me if I don't block? I go to 6, and they have 1 card in hand. Let's just block 1 of them. Block 1. We go to 11. Then they play Sheoldred. Okay, we can still kill them, though. Yeah, that's fine. All right, we lose 2, but that doesn't matter. Goblin Bombardment. Activate this. Target you, sacking Bloodghast. Then these go on the stack and target you and target you. Then yield all of this. Yield here. Then we go fetch, which triggers these Mayhem Devils again. Target you, target you. Then we resolve our fetch. Go grab a mountain. Return Bloodghast. Then Bombardment, sacking the Bloodghast. Devil triggers, land, get back Bloodghast. All right, game 2, Boomer Jund. What do we want? So... their threats are Ren, Bowmasters, Liliana, Sheoldred, Tarmogoyf. So Fulminator Mage is not great when they have their own Ren and 6. Croxa's probably bad, especially on the draw. Bloodghast definitely not great on the draw. Cut some of that. Cut up a Bombardment. So I can bring back... I can play Endurance, which messes up Goyf to some degree and Ren and 6 to some degree. Yeah, I don't want Fulminator versus Ren and 6, especially on the draw. EE, how good is this? It kills Bowmasters and Renin 6 and Goyf. Probably good. That leaves me with what? Oh, Ragavan on the draw has got to be atrocious, right? But so is Ignoble. All of these cards on the draw are atrocious. So maybe I just don't bother with any 1-drops on the draw. Cut all that and just keep this. Fulminator, Croxa. Let's do that and then reassess when we are on the play in the next game, if that happens. What are they? Jund? Yeah, they're Boomer Jund. But with Bowmasters and Sheoldred, because those are new cards. Well, this hand's terrible. Company on turn 4 is not going to cut it, so mulligan. All right, this is a much better hand. Keep this, spinning what? I feel like it's probably going to be about a lot of trading back and forth. So bombardment's only good later once I've already established a board. So let's put that back. Opponent starts off, shock, Thoughtseize. I wonder what they'll take here. I would probably take Bowmasters because it shuts off our turn 2 play. They took Mayhem Devil. All right. So land, pass. This makes sense, I suppose, if they have a slow hand. But if they're just dropping Wrenn and 6 right now, then it's not really a problem. Okay, they're dropping Wrenn and 6 right now. Wrenn and 6 picks the land back up. Then we go fetch. I need to fetch green and red. Stomping Ground, tapped. And then Black Cleave Cliffs just hold Bowmasters up. It's unfortunate that Wrenn and 6 is just going to be able to ping it down, but we can't just not play it. Also, if they don't removal, I can Bowmasters end step and then Grist, sack one of them to kill Wrenn and 6. They're just ticking up without picking a land back up? Really? All right, Goyf is a 3/4. They have 1 land. All right, Bowmasters on end step. I'm almost certainly just killing Wrenn and 6 and not Goyf. So Bowmasters them. Endurance pretty good too. All right, so land, Grist. I guess I could just kill Tarmogoyf, but then I'm just attacking Wrenn and 6 for 2 and it sticks around. I just want them to not have the ability to keep recurring lands. All right, -2. Sack the token. Kill Wrenn and 6. Fetch in response. Get a Triumph. And if all they do is they just attack Wrenn and 6, I will chump block with the Bowmasters. So it's sorcery, land, planeswalker, creature. Mana, Bowmasters. All right, well, we lose our Bowmasters and Grist. So there goes Grist. All right, what is my turn? Land. It's probably flash Endurance in and try to kill Tarmogoyf. We can flash it in, put this back in their deck, and then there's only 2 card types. All right, pass to them. End step, they fetch. Get a Overgrown Tune tapped. All right, combat. Attack with everything. All right, Endurance. Target them. It's a 3/4 still. Does Grist still count as a walker? Isn't it just a creature in the yard? We have creature, land. Shouldn't that be it? Tear Asunder with kicker. All right. Is it a creature and a planeswalker? Oh, in addition to its other types. Okay. Wrenn and 6. I can pick a land up and then do what? Well, I would have just tried to block the Bowmasters then, but regardless, it got killed. So I can go... I have to play Wrenn and 6 and Pyromancer this turn. So I have to pick it up in order to do that. So I have to fetch here, get the mountain. So Wrenn and 6, pick up Bloodstained Mire, then Bloodstained, fetch the swamp, then play Pyromancer. With a Bowmasters in play, though? Yeah, all right. Discard Bloodghast, trigger. So then they are just going to shoot the Elemental, really. I would have shot Pyromancer for sure. They're shooting Elemental and us. So if they attack Grist here, I just chump it, and then next turn I can go Unearth something, probably Mayhem Devil, and shoot the Bowmasters down. They play another land. All right, what's going where? Everything at Wrenn and 6. No. This at Wrenn and 6, this at Wrenn and 6. All right, block here. Wrenn goes to 1. They play their own Wrenn and 6, and they ping our Wrenn and 6. Grist. Okay, so Unearth, Mayhem Devil, play Peatland, sack the Peatland, kill Bowmasters. Then what? Then I have 1 mana untapped after that. Then I have 1 mana and a Mayhem Devil, and I can't block either of these creatures. Alternative. I'm definitely not unearthing Pyromancer. If I unearth Grist or just play Grist, I can also unearth Bowmasters, kill their Bowmasters. So I can go Bowmasters, shoot theirs, Grist, sack the token, kill Tarmogoyf. Then they just ping our token and kill our Grist off. And that leaves them with a board of a 3/3 token and a Wrenn. I get the Bloodghast back too. So land, get the Bloodghast back. For sure, that's happening. I can sack Bloodghast. So let's say I get Mayhem Devil. Grist, sack Bloodghast, Devil trigger, shoot the Bowmasters, Grist, kill either Wrenn or Tarmogoyf, then Grist dies next turn. Alternative, I also have enough mana to go Unearth, Grist, and sack the Peatland. All right, Grist, Unearth, Devil. This does expose Grist to a bolt if they have a bolt, but I think this is the best sequence to do it in. So, minus, sack this one, Mayhem Devil trigger, kill that. Grist, and I'm pretty sure I'm just killing Goyf, because that's going to be a bigger problem. Right, kill Goyf. So resolve these abilities. And that dies, and the Bowmasters dies. And then if they want to kill Grist off, I guess they're just going to attack it. That's fine. See if they do anything in the end step. Fetch. All right. Devil trigger, shoot Wrenn and 6. And sack Peatland, and shoot Wrenn and 6. We drew an Endurance, then Wrenn and 6 dies. Swamp. Yeah, it's really easy to forget that this triggers for everybody. So then they attack Grist, and that is probably just fine. I just let Grist die. Or do I? I could flash Endurance in to block this next turn, but Devil's so good in this deck. Maybe I do trade off here. I can Endurance next turn, and then I also have a Pyromancer in the graveyard, so this just keeps making tokens every turn. Yeah, I'll trade off. All right, block here. All right, they didn't do anything. Ooh, we do Fulminator. All right, plus milled and endurance. Oh, we milled a grist, so we made 2 tokens. And got this up to 3. All right, I think I'm doing nothing except just endurancing them on their turn. Or just flashing back Pyromancer, so let's just pass. They didn't do anything there either. Another land. Pass back to us. All right, let's just flash back Endurance and target them. Target you. Then back to us. We drew Bombardment. Okay. Slam Bombardment. Plus Grist. Combat. Attack with everything. Damage. They're at 6. We have 4 here. Let's play Fulminator. All right, they're 1 away from dying. So pass the turn. They can't fetch, and they can't... Yeah, they can't fetch now. And they have to find an answer to literally every creature on the board. Tarmogoyf, sure. Orcish Bowmasters, okay. Targets an insect token. Activate Bombardment, targeting you. Sack my insect. Their trigger fizzles, they do not get a token out of it. Alright, they have 1 card in their hand, and we have Pyromancer and Grist. Green and black. Beseiju our land. Why not Beseiju this? Okay, sure. Beseiju. Resolves. Grab a Blood Crypt. That brings Bloodghast back. Then they die. All right, we won the match. 2-1. On to round number 4. All right, we are on round 4, and we are on the play. This hand's pretty slow, but it's very powerful. I would absolutely not keep it on the draw, but on the play, I'm going to keep it. All right, play this tapped, go. Flooded Strand, back to us. All right, Den of the Bugbear, go. They didn't do anything. Polluted Delta, back to us. All right, Mountain and Run Out Mayhem Devil. All right, so I assume this is some kind of counterspell deck. Steam Vents, Bolts our guy, sure. Fetches with Flooded Strand, Steam Vents. So in all likelihood, Murktide, Island. Just Murktide that didn't have anything to play for the first 2 turns. Well, pass it back, holding company up. Cycle Lorien Revealed. Get Steam Vents, Ragavan, without dashing it. Steam Vents, tapped. All right, well, let's try to Coco. Not that it will succeed. Collect a company. It succeeded. I am shocked. All right, Devil Grist. 2 open blue mana, didn't have Counterspell or Spell Pierce. All right, back to us. Land, make a token, play another Devil. Fetch. Devil triggers, 1 shoots Ragavan, 1 shoots them. Then resolve the fetch. Let's grab... I guess I could have unearthed Mayhem Devil again in order to do that, but let's just go... what am I missing? Green mana, so let's get green and red. So Stomping Ground, tapped. Then let's attack them. Unholy Heat the Devil. All right, let's just get a Devil back. Cast this, get a Devil back. And pass the turn. Opponent casts Expressive. DRC with Delirium. Unholy Heat targeting Grist. And they surveilled nothing. All right, so we can go Grist, sack the token, Ragavan dash, minus, sack a creature, Devils, target you, Grist targets DRC, then resolve these, dash Ragavan, go to combat, swing everything. They go to 5, we exiled a land, end the turn, bounce back. EI, Spirebluff Canal in exile, plays it tapped. All right, we won on to game 2, so let's see, Endurance, maybe EE for 1 to blow up Ragavan and Darcy. I can also see Fulminator Mage being reasonable in this matchup. Definitely don't want Ragavan on the draw against the all Bolt and Heat deck. Same thing with Ignoble. Kroxa is fine. What else? Probably just trim 2 Bloodghasts and we're good. All right, looks fine to me. All right, going into game 2 on the draw against Murktide. This hand's not keepable. It only has 2 lands and no turn 2 or turn 2 play. So let's mulligan. I mean, it has a turn 2 play in Bombardment, but actually, okay, so is this that bad? We go turn 2, we go Blood Crypt, Forest, Bombardment. Then the next turn after that, we play Grist. And then we can sack the tokens to shoot stuff. That might not be that bad, actually. All right, I'll keep. Spirebluff, DRC, Bauble. All right, so yeah, Verdant and pass the turn. Fetch 2 card types in the yard so far. Dashing a Ragavan. All right, that's bad. So we take 3 to 17, they treasure. Drew Fulminator Mage, can't cast it. All right, fetch, Blood Crypt. So back to us, Forest, Bombardment. And that resolved. Casts Consider. So that's 3 types. Puts Ragavan in the yard. All right, so they've got Delirium. Just attacks with DRC, does not dash Ragavan. And plays nothing else. All right, so we have to assume whatever we play next is going to get countered. So what is either the least likely thing to get countered or the card that we are fine having get countered? Pyromancer would be good to just drop the bombardments out of our hand because we don't need the extra ones. And they might not consider Seasoned Pyromancer that big of a threat. So let's fetch. We do need double green, so let's get Stomping Ground, shock that in, and then try to resolve Pyromancer. All right, so they are just countering it. So I guess next turn is Grist. Spire Bluff, dashing a Ragavan. Well, I didn't realize we were so low. So we're 5 going to 5. We're at 5 and we're dead next turn if they can just counter this out of the way. Can't play Coco, so let's just try to play Grist. Attempt to play Grist. Well, they just have another counter spell. All right. So sideboarding, all 1-drops come back in on the play. That means Fulminator's out. And what else? One of these. I can probably afford to have not all of them. And another Bombardment, let's say. All right, let's run this back. All right, on the play in game 3. This is good. Turn 1 Rag, turn 2 Renin 6. So let's go fetch, get a Mountain, cast Ragavan, and pass. Opponent bobbles. Spire Bluff Canal. Bobble trigger. So I assume Ragavan's just going to get bolted or something. Ooh, that's kind of rough. All right. Attack with Ragavan. All right, just gets heated. And then we can go shock this in, play Renin 6, pick a land up, and pass it back. Island. Opponent dashes Ragavan, attacking us. So we go to 15. They exile Pyromancer, which they can't play. All right. Ragavan bounce to hand. So definitely fetch, pick up the land again. What am I casting? Probably Pyromancer. Or do I just play Devil? Let's play Devil. So fetch. I need another green source and a red source. So it's not out of the question that they have Blood Moon either. So let's grab a Swamp. Make sure to pick the land up with Renin 6. And then let's play Devil. All right. They play Consider and Response, of course, because the Devil will trigger on their treasure. And they surveilled away Spell Pierce. Bowmasters would be good in this list. It would. There is one in it. But you need Bloodghast because of all the sack shenanigans. It's possible that Bowmasters is just better than Bloodghast, though. So Hearse means we can't do graveyard shenanigans anymore. But if all they're doing is playing Hearse, then we can start beating them in. Flooded Strand. So I can't get the land back anymore with Renin 6. I do need to fetch red this turn for Pyromancer. I guess I can just Besage this, right? So I Besage it. I don't have enough mana to do anything else this turn, though. All right, first things first. Attack with Mayhem Devil. All right, they go to 17. So yeah, let's just kill this thing. And they just eat both of these. And then let's go fetch land, fetch, trigger the Devil, target them, resolve this, and then what am I grabbing? Green source, so Stomping Ground. Then Ren picks that up, and then we just pass it back. Fetch triggers our Mayhem Devil, target them. They're getting a tapped Steam Vents, so they have Delirium. Playing a Ragavan, dashing a Ragavan, okay. Attacking us, we go to 11. Gets Endurance, which they cannot cast either. I like how bad their treasures are with Mayhem Devil in play. Steam Vents shocked in, they go to 12. They cast, oh, is this Murktide? Yeah. 100% Murktide, which is a 7/7. Ragavan bounces back. All right, well, let's see. Renin 6 just dies. So I have to cycle Pyromancer to try to find stuff. So play Pyromancer, and then what am I binning? The other Pyromancer and Ragavan, probably. All right, so Pyromancer, trigger this, discard these two. There's a Bloodghast and another Pyromancer. So unearth this Pyromancer, trigger again, discard these two. Grist and Ignoble, we can't play either of those yet. I can play the Bloodstained to hit them, but that doesn't really matter. Probably better to just get Den of the Bugbear online, although if I have the ability to untap next turn, I'm just going to play Grist. There's a lot of power on the board. All right, shoot them. Play Bloodstained Mire, trigger Bloodghast, and then I guess we just pass from here, right? Yeah, pass it back. So we're overwhelmingly likely to win if we get a turn. The ways they can kill us are double Bolt, or if they have Bolt plus Murktide to grow the current Murktide. All right, they're attacking us. So yeah, we can't do anything about that. We go to 4. Dress down in the second main phase. Very well. Bobble. How much do we have on the crackback? 3, 5, 7, 9, 13. Plus Renin 6 damage. So 14. Plays Ragavan. Plays a land. Dress down gets sacked, and then Mayhem Devil triggers, right? Oh no, it doesn't, because... Does it? It gets sacked, and then it didn't have the ability when it died, right? Okay. So if they have a Bolt in play, I cannot sack in response. Yeah, I'm not taking the bait. If the last card in their hand's a Bolt, we lose if I sack. So let's just not do that. Bobble trigger, they draw. So if I just kill Ragavan and then go 2, 8, 10, 12, if they have any removal, they can stop themselves from dying, and then I just Grist kill Murktide. All right, kill Ragavan, combat, attack with everything. All right, they go to 1. They can't fetch anymore. Will Grist resolve? It did. Minus. Sack a Bloodghast, I guess. Kill Murktide. Play Ignoble as a blocker in case they dash a Ragavan. Play Den of the Bugbear. Tapped. Get Bloodghast back. I've used Renin 6 already. Pass the turn. 3 cards in hand. Season Pyro. All right, so what was left in their hand? This card, Spell Pierce Lorien revealed. They have 3 mana. All right, we got the match. On to round number 5. All right, round 5, final round of the league, on the draw with John Sack. Let's see, we've got turn 1, Noble. Yeah, okay. So keep this. What's the opponent on this time? Wooded Foothills. All right, well, let's see if this doesn't die. Stomping Ground. If they just play... Okay, they didn't play Run and 6, so that's thankfully not an issue. All right, Den of the Bugbear, cast a Devil. Opponent fetches, gets a Mountain. Stomping Ground and a basic Mountain. Could this be Scape Shift? And they're still not playing anything. No instant speed removal. Cavern of Souls. Okay, well, that's going to give it away. Elemental. Oh, is this Glimpse Elementals? Question mark? I'm lost. So, okay, they could have Endurance. Doesn't matter. I have Exalted. So let's just attack with the Devil. All right, swing with the Devil. Swing. Exalted trigger. Opponent takes 4, goes to 13. All right, well, let's just play another Devil. Blackcleave Cliffs, go. Odawara. This has to be Glimpse Elementals, right? That's the only thing that makes sense. So now they're going to play Omnath. Yeah, okay, there's Omnath. All right, I still haven't drawn a fetch land. Well, I will happily trade a Devil for Omnath, so let's attack. Swing. They are blocking. All right. So we trade off, and then I just unearth this Devil. Then I'll play a tapped Shock land, and then just pass with Bowmasters up. All right, so they're playing another Omnath. Yep, Omnath number 2. I will flash in Bowmasters in response. Oh, I guess I should have let it hit the field. It depends on whether I'm shooting Omnath or them, is basically the thing. If I let it hit the field, then I would Bowmasters shoot Omnath, and then when they trigger, I shoot Omnath again, and then if they play a fetch land, I kill Omnath. So I should have waited. All right, well, shoot them. There's the fetch land. Fetch. All right, Devils, shooting them. So yeah, my mistake. If I hadn't screwed that up, I would have been able to kill Omnath here, or they just wouldn't have fetched. So now they can play all kinds of things that are really bad for us. The Ring, Fury. I guess not Fury because they're getting a basic island. Casts Violent Outburst. Okay, so it's Glimpse Elementals. They got Terror of the Peaks. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Terror of the Peaks deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. So these both trigger twice, so they get to blow our whole board up. Well, that's bad. Equal to its power, right? So they actually just kill us, don't they? Because that's 5, 10, 16. We're almost dead. Or they just kill our whole board. Oh, they're also Colony Guarding, but Colony Garden doesn't have a plant. It doesn't have any power. It's 5, 5, 3, 3, right? So we're not dead exactly. But if they just play anything else, then we're dead. Well, I really bungled that by casting Bowmasters in response to Omnath, didn't I? I guess they would have still had Glimpse mana. It's just they would have had 1 fewer permanent. All right, well, those trigger, but they do 0 damage. So then they just have 2 floating plus 2 lands. So I guess if they don't have anything else to play. All right, Devil triggers. I don't think it's likely I'm going to be able to kill them from this position, so let's just shoot Wave Sifter. Yeah, any creature kills us. Spells your opponents cast that target this cost 3 more life. Another creature enters, damage to any target equal to its power. And then they just have Omnath... No, Violent Outburst again. I guess they could brick. Fury. Fury, 2 Fables, Generous Ent. Alright, so the Fury hits Devil and one other thing. Either Ignoble or Bowmasters. Not sure why they wouldn't kill the Mayhem Devils if they were going to spin the wheel again. Yeah, not sure either. So these die, and then we're still left in a really bad position. What do I have to draw? Coco, probably. Coco into some crazy double hit. Alright, our turn. Well, we drew a land. So what am I doing? I'm just chumping the Fury. I'm going Animate Den, Orc Army and Den, block. I have to block everything, right? So I have to go Untapped Land, Animate Den, and then I have to go Chump here, Devil on one of the Shaman tokens. All my creatures die. I keep 1 Devil. That seems unwinnable. Let's just go to the next game. All right, Glimpse Elementals, Chalice, Fulminator Mage to keep them off Cascade mana. That's all I can think of. And then, so what is bad? So they just win so fast that this kind of stuff doesn't really matter. Kroxa, they have to discard. That's fine. So Bombardment, Bloodghast. Grist is not really so great when they're just dumping tons of stuff into play. So we can shave on that. Although it isn't out to like Omnath and other stuff if they haven't gone off yet. What else? Another Bloodghast, another Bombardment. Or maybe the 3rd Bombardment and Grist gets cut? Nah. Cut a Bombardment. All right, let's run this. Does Endurance have any utility here? I don't think so. Submit. I guess they have Fable to Mirror Breakers, but for Haywire Might to kill, but they're just cascading for the win. All right, well, we've got a pretty fast start. I can company, so I will keep this. I'm not going to play Ragavan on turn 1, because if they just play Colony Garden and then chump Ragavan, it's not as good. Whereas I can just dash the Ragavan on turn 2. Opponent mulls to 5 and plays Leyline of Sanctity. Okay. Fetch Stomping Ground. Cast Ignoble. Pass the turn. Opponent does indeed play a turn 1 Colony Garden. We drew a land, so yeah, let's just dash Ragavan. Then play a land and attack. And they're just going to block, but whatever. Exalted. I guess they don't have to block. If they don't block, yeah, okay, they're blocking. And then Ragavan bounces back to our hand, and then we'll just fetch on their end step. Wooded Foothills and pass. All right, fetch. I have a mountain in my hand, so let's get Overgrown Tomb. Seasoned Pyro. I'm just going to cast Coco and try to hit Fulminator Mage. 1 Seasoned Pyromancer. Thanks, Coco. All right, Seasoned Pyro. What am I ditching? One of the Pyros, because I can unearth it next turn, and a land. Or am I just ditching Ragavan? Maybe just put more power on the board. Ragavan is not so great dashing over and over. Yeah, all right. So let's just ditch both the creatures. Ditch. We drew a Ragavan and a land. All right. Pass it back. So if they Cascade now, they only get 4 permanents. Misty, fetch, Forest. Here comes the Cascade. Yep, Violent Outburst. Fury and 3 lands. Well, that's a pretty good hit, considering the board state. So this dies, this dies, this dies. We have 1 token. Drew Boseiju. That's not really helping. All right, so Unearth Pyromancer, discarding Ragavan and Blackcleave Cliffs. Cast, get Pyromancer back. Trigger, ditch this and this. We drew another 2 lands. Okay, well, I think we're pretty boned. So let's just play a land and pass the turn. These have been some awful hits. Coco into Pyromancer, into land Ragavan, into land. They have Omnath mana. All right, so now they attack with the Fury. And I'm pretty sure I just throw in a token in front of it. Yeah, so block here. Okay, back to us. We've drawn another land. Okay, then deck. Shock and Blood Crypt. Pass the turn. So now I'll just chump token here. Activate Pyromancer. Colony Garden. Make a plant, gain 4. Attacks with Fury. Block with a token. All right, activate Pyro. On end step, make another 2 tokens. They're just going to outburst here. All right. They get another 9 permanents. Glimpse of Tomorrow. What do we get? Omnath, Elishnorn, Wavesifter, Shardless. They get this many triggers. So they're drawing 2, gaining 4, getting mana, dealing us 4, getting 4 plants, and 4 clues. Yep, okay. So let's see. What's my way out of this? Draw Grist, kill Elishnorn off. That would probably be the best bet. Or Coco into a Grist plus something else and kill Elishnorn off. Oh, my mistake. They get 4 clues. I think I said 4 clues. Yeah, 4 clues, right? All right, so plant, clue. Mana, we go down to 10. It's the end step, so they can't really use that mana unless they're going to outburst again. Fetch, get an island. Oh, it triggers Omnath. No, it shouldn't trigger Omnath again, should it? Because... yeah, it triggers Omnath, but nothing happens. Pop, activating, so they're activating the clues with the mana that they still have on the stack. Okay, back to us. We've drawn Fulminator Mage right on time. All right, what am I doing here? We're just dying, right? Chump, take 3. So Fulminator, play a tap land, and just pass. So they have 5 cards in hand. They have to have a land, which means they get to trigger Omnath again. All right, so there's the land. Omnath. We go to 6. Cracks a clue. Evoke Fury. So they kill 4 of our guys at least, and then we're just dead on board. Okay, that's the game. Well, apart from falling completely apart at the end there in that last game, 3 and 2, I enjoyed the deck. It's possible that Bloodghast is just outdated, and these should just be all of the Bowmasters, or that we don't want all 4 bombardments in the deck. But overall, I do like it. It's a shame we went out on that low note at the end there because I wanted to do this. Jun sack.